Hi everyone, I'm Jennifer Rosenbach. I'm a real estate agent here in Amarillo, and today we're going to talk about one of the most important aspects of purchasing a home. Some people, they just know they're going to deal with a real estate agent, a lender, but most people, they don't meet their title company until closing day. Behind the scenes, a title company is working really hard to making sure your purchase is legally protected and that your home has clear title from one person to the other. And to help explain what really happens behind the scenes, I have Deborah Foster here with Lawyers Title, and she is my go-to escrow officer. She's gonna explain the importance of a title company, what title insurance is, and what actually happens from the moment your offer gets accepted all the way up to the day that you get your keys. So if this is your first home that you're purchasing, or even your fifth, I think we are all going to learn something today. So help me welcome Deborah Foster.
Hello, excited to be here.
Yes, and please tell me a little bit about yourself.
Well, I've been in the title industry coming up on 21 years, so I have a little bit of experience and knowledge here.
Yes.
So something I've really enjoyed, and the relationships that I get with the realtors and the buyers and sellers and lenders is just one of the best things about it. So.
Oh, perfect. Well, I have some questions here today. I know some people may not know what a title company is or even know what to ask. So I have all these questions that I think may teach everyone a little bit more and how important a title company is. Let's get started. I have my first question. So for someone who has never bought a home before, what does a title company actually do?
So the title insurance company plays a vital role in real estate transactions by ensuring the legitimacy of the property titles and protects against ownership disputes and facilitates the closing process.
Perfect. So what is a title in real estate?
Title is your legal right of ownership.
So what happens after a purchase contract is signed, and what role does the title company play?
So once we get the executed contract, we receipt it, then we start the title search. We take care of any curative issues that come out of that title search. We facilitate the preparing of the closing documents. Then we take care of the signing of the closing documents between the buyer and seller. We handle the funding of the transaction. We then record the warranty deed and the deed of trust once all of that's done. So that's pretty much a nutshell from start to finish on our end.
Which is a lot of work.
A lot involved.
What is a title search, and why is it important?
So a title search reviews the history of the property, and that it uncovers any issues that must be cleared up before the property can be sold and conveyed. And those issues can be liens, judgments, maybe pending probates or divorces, that kind of thing.
And I do think it's important. I do have some cash buyers, sometimes they'll say they think they want to, skirt that cost or not have that involved, but I always tell them it's very important because you don't know who's going to come out of the woodworks.
Absolutely.
And it could be a very costly expense on their end, and that's not expected. It's an unexpected cost.
Yeah, we're way out of the good old boy handshake, sign over the deed
Yes,
days.
yeah. It's nice to have that extra protection. If you do find a problem with the title, what does that mean, that the deal is over, or can it actually or usually be resolved?
It's rare that a title issue cannot be resolved. That has to be done, obviously, before we can get to the closing table. There are rare occasions when we have to delay closing because we're still trying to get some curative things taken care of. It just all depends on the cooperation and timeliness of the parties in helping us get the information that we need sometimes to get that done.
And I know what I try to do when I get a listing is I always say, hey Deborah, can you open a TBD file, which is a to be determined file. That way we can, especially if I can see that there may be some issues, because we have uncovered some things that we need to clear up. One of them was a foreclosure that we didn't know was about to happen. Others, there could have been a death in the family, there was no will. And so if you take care of all of this at the very beginning, then it's less likely to delay any kind of closing at the very end of it.
Especially if one of the parties, one of the owners has passed.
Yes.
That there's always going to be some things that it's great to get taken care of ahead of time at the time that you listed.
Yes.
So you're ahead of the game on that.
Yeah. That way we have all of our I's dotted and our T's crossed, and we're ready to take a contract.
Right.
So what is title insurance, and I guess can you break it down more in plain English?
So title insurance protects the owners and the lenders from financial loss and defects in title. Mm-hmm. Defects in title can be ownership issues. Also, it could be unpaid liens or or clerical errors in public records.
Okay. What's the difference between an owner's title policy and a lender's title policy?
That's easy. So owner's title policy protects the owner, and the lender's title policy protects the mortgage lender on their investment.
Okay, perfect. What does escrow mean, and what does an escrow officer do?
So escrow is a legal neutral third party who holds the money and the documents until the property is conveyed and sold. The escrow officer is the neutral third party who facilitates those actions.
Perfect. It helps with my buyers when I explain that their escrow money is being held in an escrow account at the title company, and they say, "What's the escrow account?" And I say, "That's the account where it just kind of sits there and it just stays there, and then if everything goes through, they distribute at closing. If everything falls apart, then they distribute it where it needs to go." And they're like, "Oh, so it doesn't go to the seller, it doesn't go to me, it doesn't go to anyone else, just that account." And it helps them put their mind at ease.
Right.
So, what documents are buyers signing at closing, and why are there so many?
Well, if there's a lender involved, then there's going to be a lot of documents, and usually it's anywhere from 80 to 200 pages. Mm-hmm. It just depends on the type of loan it is. If it's a VA or FHA, there's going to be up to that higher end of number of pages. So the closing documents, it's all based on the lender. Now, if it's a cash deal on a buyer side, they may only have 5 to 10 documents to sign, mm-hmm. and they can even be e-signed on a cash deal on the buyer side only, because there's typically not any that have to be notarized. On the seller side, they can never be e-signed because there's always going to be at least 2 documents that have to be notarized. So,
and then what are the documents that are typically besides what a lender requires you guys to have signed? What are the typical documents a purchaser or a seller sees?
So on the buyer side, like the lender documents, it's going to be the closing disclosure, the note, the deed of trust, the amortization schedule, their loan application, the escrow account disclosure statement, the first payment disclosure statement, W-9. I mean, the list goes on and on and on the buyer as far as the lender documents. And then there's a few title documents that have to be signed, like the FERPTA form, which is fun to say. It's an IRS form. And then the email notification, the errors and omissions, the tax proration disclosure, those are on the title documents. On the seller side, they've got the closing disclosure, the warranty deed, their 1099 or certification of no information reporting, the affidavit as to debts or liens, the payoff agreement. The most important one on the seller side is the disbursement authorization on how they want to receive their proceeds.
Yes.
So that's kind of a ballpark.
The fun one.
That's the best one. I always say that for last.
Yes.
And
here you go.
Right.
This is where your money's
your
going.
Your favorite one of all.
Yes.
Most important.
Perfect. What are the biggest reasons a closing gets delayed?
Most of the time, closings are delayed due to the conditions haven't been met that the lender is required to meet pertaining to the type of loan that the buyer is getting. Also, required repairs can cause a delay, mm-hmm. Especially if it's a FHA, because they've got to be done before the closing.
Yep. Yes, and it's very important whenever a lender says, I need those documents, get them in on time, because this is the process, it does delay. So very important to keep that deadline in mind. Is there anything a buyer can do to help keep the closing process on track?
Well, like you were just saying,
Yes.
it's very important that when the lender gives you that list at the very beginning, when you're first starting that process of things that they need, be very cooperative and timely in getting that to them, because that can hold up the whole process.
Yes.
There are certain things that they have to have, conditions that have to be met, that there's, don't even question it, because it's needed and there's no way around it. And they're, with their RESPA rules and all of that, it's something that they're required to do too. It's not just, they're just not making it up.
Yeah.
Picking on you.
Yes.
My advice is to create a folder in your computer, and everything that you send to your lender, you save it to that folder, because I
Yes.
guarantee you it's going to be asked for more than one time.
Yes. And I have had buyers say, oh my gosh, I sent that to her already. And I'm like, just send it to them again.
Yes.
Don't
even question.
Yes.
Because what happens is there's different channels or different departments that loan process goes through. And so it starts off with your loan officer and her assistant or his assistant. Then it goes to the processors department and underwriting. Then it goes to the closing department. Well, along that way, there'll be items that maybe didn't go with that file that they need again. So it's not the loan officer's fault necessarily.
Yes.
It's just because there's a lot of hands that get attached to that file at one point or another that they're going to need those same documents.
Yeah, I think that is a good piece of advice, is just keep the folder, put your stuff in there in case they ask for it again, because they probably will.
Again. Yeah.
So, okay, how does the title company protect buyers from wire fraud and scams?
So wire fraud is rampant in the U.S., well, all over.
Yeah.
So we send out, when we open title, we send out the Start in Here link to the buyer and the seller. So on the buyers, one of the things that they get in that Start in Here link, when they click on that, it's going to have information about cyber wire fraud and what not to do, what to do, and they sign off on that information. So that goes out to all buyers right out the gate when we open title on a new contract. So the other thing is, anytime you're going to be sending a wire, you receive those wiring instructions from the title company or whoever. You always contact the company whose wiring instructions you're receiving, not from the phone number that is on that email or those instructions when you get it. Contact a known phone number for that company, and you verbally confirm those wiring instructions before you send out the wire. This is going to prevent cyber wire fraud. Yeah. Always, always, always. Especially if you're getting those wiring instructions via email. You always want to contact that title company and verbally confirm those instructions. Like when you're sending your earnest money or an option.
Yes. Would you say the safest way still would be just to get a cashier's check?
It is.
Yeah.
It is, unless you're like getting those wiring instructions from us. Like if you're here in town and you come by our office, we can print them out for you. You can go straight to the bank and do that all in person.
Yeah.
I know that's not always the case for everybody to be able to do. Bottom line is, always contact that title company and verbally confirm those wiring instructions before you send that wire.
Yes, yeah. It's rampant. I can see whenever I have a transaction going, and I can see that sometimes my email does get watched, and so yes, they're watching. They're always watching.
Always,
and if they can see it's a little weak moment that they can get you, they will. And so call and verify before you send. Title company, your real estate agent, your lender, anyone that you already know and you're familiar with that can assist you in making sure that the money gets where it needs to go.
And even if you verbally confirm those wiring instructions and now you're going to email them to your banker for them to wire, make sure your banker then is also calling that title company and verbally confirming, not off of the phone number that's on those wiring instructions that they're receiving. They need to find out exactly what that phone number is from a separate source a legit phone number and then verbally confirm it as well.
Yeah.
Just because you don't know if you've been hacked.
Agreed.
So.
Yep. Very important. What is one of the most memorable title issues that you've helped solve?
There's been so many. One that I remember a lot was, so we got the contract, we did the title search, the seller is deceased, did not have a will. Highly recommend everybody have a will, no matter how old you are, have a will.
Anyway, and update it. Keep it updated.
Yes. So they didn't have a will, so we had to do an affidavit of heirship. Well, in doing so, we discovered a lot of errors because some of the heirs were deceased, and we had to do an affidavit of heirship on them who they had heirs. So we ended up with 13 people who were then the sellers, that they all had to sign the closing documents. They all had to sign the warranty deed to convey the property. Only one of those 13 actually lived in town. Everybody else was out of state or out of town. So, and they weren't a close family, so we had to do some tracking, which I'm pretty good at that, actually.
I know, yeah.
So anyway, we had to
private detectives too.
Yeah. One of the escrow officer skills.
Yes.
One of mine anyway.
Yeah.
So
same here.
Anyway, we had to track down everybody, send them all of the closing documents, 13 different sets. They had to take them to a notary, sign everything, FedEx them back. And that was just on the seller side.
Oh my gosh, yeah. It can be a pain, and so that's,
I've seen some transactions with some escrow officers, there's been as many as 20 or 30.
Oh my gosh, and tracking everyone down is
getting them all
crazy.
signed in a timely manner and the time you need it, yeah.
And then you don't even know if they've been deceased or they're incarcerated or just flat out like falling off the face of the earth.
Incarcerated ones are fun too.
Yes.
Done some closings at the prisons.
We did one in the parking lot at the hospital. Remember that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That one was fun. What is the biggest misconception people have about title companies?
Title insurance is not the same thing as homeowners insurance.
Oh,
we see that a lot that people question.
Yeah.
Obviously, title insurance is protecting the owner and lender from any disputes on title, whereas homeowners insurance is covering any future damage to the property. Mm-hmm. So there's those two. And then also too, title insurance is a one-time cost.
Yes.
You pay for it one time at the time of closing, and then that title policy is in place for that owner, buyer, for as long as they own the property. Mm-hmm. And if they were to pass and it's as long as the property hasn't been sold and it's still in their name, that title insurance policy is in place until the property is sold.
Yeah, it's super important to have, and it's pretty affordable, especially if you think about the one-time purchase and it stays on until you own the property.
Right.
And that's years.
That's a negotiable purchase or cost, buyer seller, but typically it's the sellers that pay for that. So.
Yeah.
Good for the buyers.
Yes, exactly. If you could give every home buyer one piece of advice before closing, what would that be?
Always, always, always use an experienced professional realtor who's going to have the knowledge to negotiate the contracts and advocate to your best interest.
Yes.
And then and navigate you through the whole process from beginning to end, so that it's less stressful.
Yep.
And always use me as your escrow officer who knows
very good
how to take care of everything by the book, knows that it's going to be closed and done correctly, and is smooth from beginning to end.
Yes.
For you.
We make a good team. I think we do. That's why she's my go-to, because I know she's going to take care of us. I don't have to call and check up on her. Sometimes she's checking on me. And she's good at what she does, and I just know I don't have to worry. So that's why I like to send my stuff to Deborah.
Well, in the reverse, that's why I always love working with you, because you're on point. You've got your ducks in a row. You know what you're doing.
Yes.
And the paperwork comes in a timely manner. I don't have to beg for it.
No.
So
Pass the test.
Right? And you're great on your communications. We're texting on the daily, I think.
Yes, and it helps too. And I only bug you on the weekend if it's an emergency, or if I'm like, okay, I need to get this off my chest, but please do not respond until Monday.
But you know what? I am available on weekends
Yes.
and evenings, because I know that's when the realtors are that's when they're really working the most. And so, perfect example, Saturday afternoon, I got a call from one of my realtors on a transaction I've got going right now that the seller's a REO, so they needed some information that helped them with the preliminary closing disclosure, so they could kind of have an idea on what their numbers were going to be, so they could determine on if they could do an amendment to add more seller credit for repairs. So we worked on that for about half an hour on Saturday. I don't mind doing that at all.
Yeah.
So that's just part of it.
Perfect. Well, thanks, Deborah. Thanks for meeting with me today and sharing your knowledge and expertise. And if you enjoyed this video, and if you have any questions, please like this video and comment below any questions that you have. That way we can answer it in future videos. And as always, if you would like to keep up to date on the Amarillo real estate market, please subscribe to my channel. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Thank you,
It was a
Deborah.
pleasure.
Thank you.